I'm told that Mark here is the former Speaker of the House. Is that correct?
Yes. In a former life, yes, it was.
Now, is this also your trailer?
Yeah, it's my hay trailer right here.
Well, thank you so much for bringing that down. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for being here today. Thank you for standing with those of us that are standing up for medical freedom and trying to bring some sense to this whole debate we've been involved in. You know, I like to find truth. What is the truth? And once I find the truth, how is an intelligent person supposed to respond? But you know, it has been so difficult with this whole COVID mess. I hear from Dr. McCullough, Dr. Fleming, and others, and then I hear that this thing is treatable, that this really isn't such a big deal. It's 99.5% survivable for anybody under 75. And then I hear a very different thing from CNN. They want you to be afraid, be scared. And I just don't think that's the way to live. How many of us have just trusted that government is going to look out for us? That if we're asked to do something, there's got to be a reason behind it, and we need to just comply. All these inconsistencies just don't add up. Some questions have been wrong to ask. You know, early on, did it potentially come from that lab in Wuhan? No, it was the wet market, and you are evil for even asking. That is wrong. It's wrong. Then I find out, well, it was the lab, and it's even patented. And then a vaccine is rushed out, and we're told to trust. Yet no liability for the pharma, for the companies that make it. For this virus that has a 99.5% survival rate that is treatable. Yes, it is a problem. And some people have died. I had a cousin die. He had some other comorbidities, but he died. I know people who have been very well physically damaged by this whole thing. And what about fully informed consent that came out of Nuremberg? When the inserts in the vaccines are blank, how can a doctor even give you full information so you can make a good decision? The implications behind this are just mind-boggling. It makes me wonder, you know, is there some kind of a huge web of deceit behind this? I don't want to think that. As a matter of law, just here in Oregon, herbicides and pesticides cannot be labeled as safe because everybody's body is different. Yet this vaccine is promoted to us as safe constantly when we all know people who've been seriously damaged by that. Well, you know, what if we just did something here in little old Union County? What if we asked the commissioners to put in an ordinance in place that simply says the vaccine can't be called safe anymore? Not here. What if we did something like that? We are looking for opportunities to push back in a way that makes it difficult for those that are trying to cram this down our throats. It is very inconsistent here. Pesticides aren't safe, yet this vaccine is safe. So what is truth? What is truth here? One of the things that came out of the Nuremberg trials, I think it was Goering who was being tried, he made a comment that if you want to control a people, you simply need to do three things. Convince them that there is a serious problem, number one. Convince them that the government has the answer, number two. And number three, convince them that anybody that doesn't go along with the government solution is evil. You know, they're using that playbook. It's really simple. You know what we need to do, I ask? Say no. Yes. Not here. I can't tell you, I can't answer for CNN and all the rest of the nonsense you see on TV, but I can tell you that here in our community, we need to decide that things are going to be different here. That we're going to respect each other, we are going to love each other, we're going to let people make the choices they want to make. You know, Cody Bowen said it really well. What you do, whether you take the shot or not, is none of his business. And that's exactly right. It's like a mass psychosis out there in society. And, you know, some of the stuff that goes on Facebook I hear is just mind-boggling. People at each other. But we can say, not here. Not in our community. You know, we've been asleep at the wheel for too long. Some of the speakers have alluded to that. We haven't been paying attention. We've been trusting our leaders to do the right thing on our behalf, and we haven't been paying attention. Well, wake up. It's time for all of us to wake up and say, hey, we're going to refer you to our founding documents. The founding documents of our country are still in force if we as a people will learn them and stand up. This tremendous gift of freedom we've been giving is slipping away if we don't assert ourselves. Now, you have in the U.S. Constitution protections for religious freedom, and in the Oregon Constitution you have those as well, but it is even broader. I'm going to read you Article 1 of the Bill of Rights, Oregon Constitution, Section 3, freedom of religious opinion. No law shall in any case whatever control the free exercise and enjoyment of religious opinions. Now the rest of it here. Or rights of conscience. So all you have to say is, no, my conscience will not allow me to take the shot, or will not allow me to put the mask on. And they have nothing to say. Government has no right to regulate you at all in this area. And you have to stand up. So again, I can't answer for CNN, I can't answer for all the talking heads and all the propaganda that seems to be coming out that is intent on making us all afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't hate your neighbor. Don't be mad at the guy with the mask on. Don't be mad at the one that took the shot. We are in community here. Yes. And I want to know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to learn your rights? Are you going to stand up for yourself and your fellow citizens? You know, if we stand together, there's nothing they can do about it. The former speaker there talked about what they did in Moscow. They just said, no, we're not going to participate. And when that happens, government has to yield. Yes. Government has to yield. We collectively, we the people, have the authority and the power to push back on this if we just will. Yeah. So and I ask you to join me and others. Thank you for being here on this rainy day. We will together push back, and we will turn the tide, and we will start right here in Union County and other places in Eastern Oregon, because there is resistance rising up. And it may be painful for a while. It may be painful. I understand that. I know it's not that simple, and that hurts. But in the end, it is absolutely worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. Because otherwise we lose the freedoms and we don't become citizens anymore. We become subjects. And I will not live as a subject. I will not live as a subject. I am a citizen of my republic, the United States of America, and I will stand with you or I will stand alone. But I know there are many of you who join me in this, and that's why you're here today. And thank you. God bless you, and God bless America.